All right. So you're welcome to talk during the session, Margaret, if you want to,
Okay.
or you can go to sleep or whatever you like to do.
Okay.
So I'm just feeling around here. So when I do these sessions, I like to have somebody on, I like to use the table because I can get a perception of the full length of somebody's body. And so I know exactly where things are. And I would say that this throat area is, it's buzzing a little bit.
Huh. I didn't know.
When things are buzzing, that means you're holding the energy there. But I also feel it when I come back over your face. I can feel. There's different kinds of buzzing that we feel. Sometimes it's what's going on there, or sometimes it's like, am I feeling something? I'm not sure. But if I feel like, if I'm wondering if I'm feeling something, then I am. So I just try to narrow down. When I start to feel something, I can feel. So maybe on the left side of your face, I can feel a little. Sinus is coming to my mind. Sometimes I get little words that pop in my head. So it's like maybe on the left side, your sinuses are.
They're not too bad, but yeah.
Do you have something going on there?
No, but it was interesting when you mentioned the throat area, because I'm actually scheduled. We're testing to see what's going on with my parathyroid.
Okay.
So that was interesting.
Yeah, I can feel it. But it feels like maybe it's both sides. Maybe maybe it's your ears, but both sides. But it doesn't mean that there's something physically going on. It might simply be that you don't like what you're hearing. So what I find is emotions more than I find physical issues. So there's that's what I'm looking for. And with the quantum field, you get what you're looking for. So it's intention is everything. So with that,
interesting.
With the throat area, that's about communication and honoring your authentic self.
Yeah.
Accepting your authentic self. Louise Hay has a chart in the back of a couple of her books that describe the emotional component of all these physical issues. And with the thyroid, the statement is, when is it going to be my turn? When I've served everybody and served everybody and served everybody, and it's just never my turn. It's never about me. It's never my turn. And so that's when that'll be stored in that in the thyroid area.
That's very interesting. It's sometimes the cheerleader needs a cheerleader. Yes. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Our culture is set up to serve, and we get our accolades from serving, and we're praised for service and ignoring ourselves and being of service. But the thing is, if we're a machine and we aren't changing the oil, then eventually that machine isn't going to be functioning anymore, because it would completely deplete everything. And so I think it's wonderful to serve, but do it from a well-equipped machine.
It's hard to do sometimes.
It's hard to do a lot of times. Just feeling it on your arm too. Okay, again, I'm feeling through the length of your arm on this right side here.
Yeah.
And usually if I feel something through the length, of your arm, that indicates grieving, because we have right about here, the lung meridian starts, and it goes all the way down to the thumb. And so if I feel energy through the whole length of the arm, and I just think, okay, is this all the way going to the thumb? And I can feel the energy consistently. That means that you're holding energy there, which means that you'd be probably grieving something, the loss of something. And it could be, and if it's on the right-hand side, it's the type of grieving, or what am I going to do now is probably the question you might be asking. How am I going to process things? Things are different now. How am I going to do this without that? Whatever it was, it could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be a death of the family, but it's a death of something.
Yeah.
So, some way that you knew. But I'd say that's pretty active. So there's a loss of some sort, or a processing of a loss. And it could be related. Go ahead.
No, I just, my dog is, he's 14, and I'm watching him slowly fall apart.
Oh, ouch. Yeah.
And I'm mentally trying to prepare myself, because I know it's not far off. He's going to transition,
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's part of it. I imagine.
And that would make sense that it's on your right side, because it's left brain stuff. That you're thinking about how to do this. You're not crying that your heart's ripped out yet. Right now, it will be. It's just this processing thing. It's like, all right, I need to be prepared. How am I going to handle this? What am I going to do? And so all that stuff. So yeah, that makes sense. This is upper arm here. I'm feeling. Yeah, it feels strong on that side too. So your shoulder, your left shoulder. I'm feeling it seems to be most concentrated in your left shoulder.
Oh.
And the things about what we find, there's always an expression that we use. For example, I need to get a grip on something. I need to let go of something. So if I'm finding energy around your hands, then you're probably trying to get a grip on something emotionally, or let go of something emotionally. Right. And with the shoulders, it's that expression that we use. I have a lot on my shoulders.
Oh boy, yeah.
And so this was on your left side, which is about your right brain. So something intuitive, artistic, feelings, all that feminine energy is weighing on your shoulders here. So it's like something's heavy on your shoulders there. And so with that arm, it's like maybe you're trying to hold it up, or you're trying to, because it seems to be, right here.
Yeah.
Not so much down your whole arm, but here mostly. So it's like, what do we do with that? We're lifting something up. What are you trying to hold up emotionally?
Yeah, I understand that. I'm feeling overwhelmed with something sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. So I can feel a little activity here, but it isn't knocking me over. So I'm trying to figure, all right, where is it? I know there's some little something in here somewhere. Seems to be more in your hip area there. And hips are about finding balance, turning in new directions. And so it's on your right side. So it could be related to the processing of the grieving of your dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I said that, I can feel it stronger here in that hip area.
Yeah, I've been trying to sort of mentally prepare myself, and it's hard.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to enjoy where you are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And just there's no way. It's like, as prepared as you are, everyone will tell you that they're never prepared.
Yeah, I know.
just you can know, but Okay, there's a lot more activity going on here. So your whole left leg is a hot spot.
Really?
Yeah. The thigh. Yeah, wow. Yeah, this is one is like, okay, this is no joke. I'm feeling this. It was like I'm feeling it buzzies in my fingers and everything.
Wow.
Usually I just feel it like right here, but it's going. That's intense. And the thighs are where we store our childhood traumas.
Mm-hmm.
And I really am not sure why. The only thing I could think of was the analogy of maybe something is just dumped in our lap, where we just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So there may be some unresolved childhood stuff. And childhood stuff can be anything. It doesn't have to be some tremendous trauma. It could just be the way the culture was at the time wasn't allowing you to be all of who you were. You had to stuff something. And this is on your left side. So it's maybe you got your feelings hurt, maybe quite a bit. And you weren't ever able to process that. You just accepted. When we're young, we just accept things the way they are. And we don't judge them, evaluate them. It's just, it just is when we're little.
That
Because we
makes
don't
a
have
lot of
anything to
sense.
compare about. And so you just like, okay. So does that make sense? That makes sense to you?
It does. It does, because I was discussing something similar to this with my husband, and you know, it's taken a 60-year journey to. I've achieved things I always wished for when I was a child, you know, and so it's it also stirs up those how I did feel at the time. Yeah. So yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just little, you know, it was things like, well, as a little kid and you see the older siblings doing things and you feel, well, I want to be good at something too. And it finally occurred to me like, hey, I am. Guess what? I am good at something.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Which leg did you break?
My right leg.
Okay.
The right femur. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the left leg has just kept on going. If I'm going to hurt one of my legs or feet, it's going to be on the right side. The left leg just keeps on trucking.
Yeah, because I would have guessed that you broke that leg as intense as that is.
Wow.
But maybe sometimes Peter Levine he's an author, he does a beautiful job of describing energy and how we store the energy of traumas. And it could very well be that break was able to release some of that trauma.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
And that's why, because I'm looking for emotion here, not a physical break. So that's why, you know, I wouldn't find a physical thing. I'm finding emotional stuff. So apparently it took care of it.
Yay, good.
So
That's one way to do it.
All right. So no tripping over cats over here.
No.
We need to release this trauma because it's intense. So yeah. And I always like to look at my traumas as what was that lesson? What's the divine benefit? And then once you can find that divine benefit, and it seems like it just dissipates the storm. It quiets the storm, and then you're able to release it because we hold that stuff. Some of us have 6-inch bolt concrete around our emotional stuff. And
Yeah.
it takes a lot of energy to hold that right there. And when you do, you pull energy from other places and it makes that area vulnerable. So you might get an injury in the area where you're holding energy. So if you're saying as a child, I wish I could do, and the right side is about doing, then you want to break out of that. So how about we break our femur?
I definitely see the connection. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. It really does.
Yeah. But, Peter Levine is an excellent resource too. When he's talking about releasing emotional traumas, he told a story about kids that were kidnapped on a bus. And the bus was kidnapped and they put these kids in a cave. And there were all kinds of responses from these little ones. And a couple of them started digging and they dug their way out of that cave.
Good kids.
They were able to release all of that energy of the trauma of being kidnapped. The kids that froze and didn't do anything were struggling for many years with their trauma. So it matters. And he has several books. Something about taming the tiger or something like that. But he's got some great books. So it's a really good resource to dig into. So well there you go, girl.
Break my left leg to release on that side.
No, we'll find another way.
No more broken bones.
We're gonna find another way. Go look for that divine benefit. And once you find the divine benefit in the situation, like I said, that will calm the storm. And then you'll be able to start releasing that energy. And then that energy can flow into all that other area of your body where it's used to be all of you. Maybe it'll even work on your thyroid energy. So maybe you're holding all this energy over here. You could be going over here. I
redirect it.
But I know that our thoughts are powerful. And we can rearrange things in our mind and it will show up in our cells. It's been shown over and over and over again. So I'm not trying to be your doctor by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh no, absolutely. I understand.
But
I do see the connection. I absolutely do. Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to have some fun with that. Bye. Release that energy. All right. Do you have any questions about it?
No, you really brought up some good points. And there's some very interesting connections. I'm going to have to really sit with this. And it makes complete sense. And you gave me some stuff to work over. To
process.
That's fascinating. That really is. The comments about the taking on an extra burden because I am feeling a bit overwhelmed. I'm not certain if I can live up to all of the commitments I've made. So yes, there's a lot of things like that. And then the just releasing some of these, old emotions. I have enough new emotions. I certainly can let go of some of those old ones. So this is very, very helpful. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being the second video in my new YouTube channel.
Oh, you're kidding me.
So you're the second. Yeah, you're the second. I did one earlier and so I'm getting the hang of this. There's things that I always forget to do. Like I always forget to tell people where to go from here. So click subscribe and like, and we plan to do this once a week so we don't drive you crazy.
I will. I think that would be wonderful just to get glimpses of the process and to just pick up on little hints that I can use for myself too. So I like that.
Everybody's different, and it fascinates me every single time because we're always growing. humans are
Right.
always growing and we're always
Right.
expanding. So we're always going to have a hotspot, and there's going to be a couple of them, and we're connecting the dots. So,
Yeah.
these two might be
Yeah.
related. The shoulder and the thyroid, I'm thinking, are probably related also,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you're carrying on all that emotional weight and you're
Yeah.
overwhelmed. And when is it going to be my turn? The dots kind of connect there.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Okay. I'm going to
Namaste, my
sign
friend.
off. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.